Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I will be talking about Umami Finance. So it is actually a protocol designed and to sort of provide DeFi yield products that are actually tailored to institutional investors. So it is a non-custodial vault that makes use of trustless smart contracts, which actually ensures that depositors retain control of their crypto assets at all times. So this feature is becoming obviously more desirable, especially now that we've seen so many failures with centralized platforms that are coming under heavy criticism for misusing fast customer funds. That is so due to the network's decentralized ledger that Umami uses. You are able to actually control your funds yourself, and you can pretty much deposit or withdraw them anytime, and you can also track the performance of the vaults in real time. So the Umami protocol is actually built on Arbitrum, which is a layer 2 scaling chain on Ethereum, and it's actually also a very fast-paced ecosystem in terms of user adoption. At the moment, we're seeing a lot of growth within the Arbitrum ecosystem, and a lot of noteworthy plays within that ecosystem. So this is one review you definitely don't want to miss. I'm going to give you all the juicy details on Umami, so make sure you like and share and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate every one of you, and don't forget to check out the links in the description, and always go to our main site decentralized.news, where you can also find the reviews in other formats other than a video if you are so interested. So let's dive right into Umami. So if you just want to really get to grips with what Umami is, it is something that would be described as aiming to bridge the gap between DeFi and TradeFi, and doing so through the creation of different DeFi products that are then distributed to financial institutions through Umami Advisors, which is sort of an in-house registered investment advisor, or what we call an RIA, alongside sort of a partnership of crypto asset custodians as well. So Umami actually does have this one simple but sophisticated structure that is meant to give it maximum operational efficiency, which is something that I really like, because I think not a lot of crypto projects actually spend a lot of time in ideating sort of a business process, or a business model, or business modeling really, that actually works and that can be scaled much easily, and also provide customers with that ease of use. So you always often hear a lot of people complaining about how DeFi lacks either good UI or interfaces that are easy for people that aren't like crypto natives to actually interact with some of the products that are built in decentralized finance. So first, what Umami has is this decentralized autonomous organization, or DAO structure, which consists of Umami token holders, who are then responsible for the direction of the actual protocol's development. And they also are in charge of, say, controlling the assets and the smart contracts. So the protocol governance token is Umami. So the token ticker is as well as the project's name, UMAMI. And it's actually a registered virtual asset in the Cayman Islands. So the DAO itself is represented off-chain by this Cayman Islands legal entity, which is called Umami DAO Foundation. And this structure actually is meant to give the DAO off-chain legal representation, and that ability to also enter into legal valid contracts. So another arm of Umami is Umami Labs, which sort of contracts the Umami DAO Foundation. The legal structure that Umami is actually settled on is meant to allow it to distribute DeFi products to institutional investors, while also remaining sort of fully compliant with regulators as well. So Umami Finance has key smart contracts that have been certified low risk and have been audited by Zokyo. For example, they have full audit reports as well that are actually available on the platform, so you should go check those out for sure. And what I do want to touch on now is the fact of just sort of bringing some of the elements into play that I feel make Umami Finance quite a unique sort of a protocol, in the sense that, so like I was saying, what really makes Umami Finance unique is the fact that they are actually setting a industry standard with their on-chain DeFi protocol, and also these DeFi yield vaults through this regulated, or this US regulated crypto custodian Umami Advisors. You're seeing Umami actually being able to on-ramp institutions into its DeFi products in a compliant way, which is something that is a bit of a breakthrough, because we have been speculating a lot about kind of the on-ramps and off-ramps that these institutional investors are going to have to need to use, as they also want to tap into the DeFi markets, either by becoming also liquidity providers or just by having their assets and yield. So this is something that they're doing and trying to do it in a compliant way. We did see that, according to JP Morgan themselves, and others as well in their research, institutional DeFi is actually sort of seen with the lens of having this application of DeFi protocols to tokenized real-world assets with appropriate safeguards in place, so that you have regulatory compliance and also the necessary customer protections and in place, and making sure that those are observed, and also just making sure that you have these best-in-class standards that actually promote financial integrity as well. So Umami's vaults make use of this capital efficient hedging strategy, which is actually designed to pretty much mitigate depositors' exposure to, say, unwanted market delta, while this is actually especially unwanted market data, the delta in GLP, but at the same time being able to still continue to pass on nearly all of the highly competitive APR as well. So you can kind of see the comparison there with the GMX's GLP and also Umami's GLP vaults. And the hedging strategy is actually more popular for its internal netting, since each of its vaults effectively actually acts as a sort of a hedging counterpart to the others. So this actually also means that instead of having those costly external hedges, Umami Vault swaps delta among themselves, while actually keeping the vast majority of their TVL deployed to, say, GLP to generate that yield. So what's really smart about what they're doing is that if necessary, Umami's vaults also take external long or short hedging positions on GMX or similar exchanges. And also, in addition to that, you're also seeing that Umami's modeling also reflects the fact that GMX is leveraged perpetuals are an exceedingly sort of a cost-effective tool for hedging out unwanted delta for its vaults. Umami's vaults are then making use of this proprietary algorithm that actually supposedly systematically adjusts hedges in order to maintain a target delta exposure. So Umami Finance is also said to have back-tested its algorithmic hedging model against all available historical data for GLP. And since Umami's vaults are also non-custodial, its team will never actively manage its asset allocations, which is very good, like we've already touched on. And it is also expected that Umami's GLP vaults will deliver some of the most competitive risk-adjusted returns on assets such as USDC, BTC or ETH in the the institutional crypto markets, by also enabling institutional clients to easily deposit assets into its DeFi yield products through that in-house RIA that we spoke about. We see that Umami should be able to then scale that total value locked quite quickly by also leveraging its CeFi partners, robust compliance networks, and also that highly secure digital asset custodial platforms, and that network of extensive clients as well. So Umami did say that, it is said to have this longer term vision of onboarding that institutional TVL through Umami Advisors, which is also pursuing a money services business license especially in all of the US states. And Umami already has access to an enterprise grade crypto on-ramp from Circle as well. And you can check out on their site that, they have GMX as partners, Circle, Socket, and Bankster as well. And as far as the actual Umami tokenomics, we want to touch on that because the protocol has the governance token, Umami, which I did mention earlier on. But the token itself is also used for fee generation, and Umami does have these supply dynamics that are quite fascinating. They have a fixed maximum supply for 1 million tokens. These can be staked for a share of the actual protocol revenues as well. If you're a holder of Umami tokens, you can use a couple of methods. You have a couple of staking options as well. You can choose to marinate. This is a process which earns you rewards as a staker, with that share of protocol revenues being paid out in wrapped Ethereum. Alternatively, you can also compound, which allows you as a user to automatically reinvest that wrapped ETH to market buy and also stake more Umami. So the token itself is not an emissions token, so no new Umami tokens can be minted beyond that maximum supply, which is very good to know, of course. And approximately out of the 1 million maximum supply that is possible, about 650k of those Umami tokens are already in circulation. Around 125 are non-circulating Umami tokens that are permanently logged in defunct staking contracts, and effectively you can see these as being burnt. And the remaining tokens are actually held in Umami's treasury, and they are reserved for DEX liquidity, for OTC capital raises, albeit very limited, but also for future team compensation. So the tokenomics, and it's very, very compelling. This is one of the projects that I'm really, really bullish on. And token holders of Umami governance token also have that opportunity to participate in the strategic direction of the actual protocol, and via these on-chain snapshot votes. So protocol revenues are also derived from a transparent fee structure that is built into the vault's smart contracts. So the vaults collect a 2% fee of total value locked as a management fee, and they also have this performance fee of 20% of the yield from depositors, which is also chargeable. So the annual fees are charged linearly in this case. And as far as deposits and withdrawals on Umami, users who choose to marinate are able to deposit their Umami in exchange for Umami at any time throughout the month. You can also get an option to withdraw your Umami on the first day of each month. And as a user, you can simply choose to deposit Umami in to marinate as regularly as you wish to, even if you've already deposited tokens. So you also want to probably know what the rewards and the incentives are. Users who choose to marinate are able to claim wrapped ETH rewards as soon as they are made available, and only the user holding Umami at the time of a reward issuance is eligible for that reward. So the wrapped ETH rewards marinate mostly on a daily basis, And to collect rewards, users simply need to click collect rewards under the withdraw tab. So Umami tokens can also be traded on secondary markets, so users are able to procure them and deposit and yield via the platform. If you already have some ETH on Arbitrum like I do, then you can simply just make an exchange. Okay, so you can just swap that ETH for Umami, or you also have to just make sure you can accept that gas fee in order to process or to proceed with that swap execution. And once you actually confirm, the swap will then be processed, and there you have it. The transaction is pretty much complete, and you should be able to actually verify your transactions using Arbitrum's block explorer, which is Arbiscan. And once you actually have some Umami tokens, you're then able to then go ahead and marinate them to earn some yield. And you have to first, of course, give the smart contract permissions to actually interact with your wallet. And once you've confirmed that, the transaction can then actually be confirmed also on the block explorer. And from there, you can then just proceed to marinate your Umami tokens. You can see also in the preview before you actually confirm your deposit, and there'll be a small gas fee to pay to then move ahead and process that deposit. And once that's actually completed, your tokens are essentially marinated, and then you'll be able to start earning your wrapped ETH rewards. Okay, so now that you actually starting to earn your wrapped ETH rewards, you can then choose to compound like I mentioned earlier if you want to. You'll also be able to withdraw your Umami tokens if you wish to. And once you've accumulated your rewards, you'll be able to claim them. And yeah, in as a pretty much a wrap up of what I feel is quite strong about Umami is the fact that they're targeting institutional clients, onboarding them into DeFi, something that is very, very crucial. And this vision of sort of pushing mass adoption of DeFi through different yield products that are tailored to institutional investors is worth pursuing. I feel like it can really open doors to some fresh capital inflows that will help legitimize and actually grow DeFi as well, as we've seen throughout this whole sort of bear market with all the centralized entities falling and crumbling. Nothing has really gone wrong in DeFi except, of course, the usual smart contract exploits and things of that nature. But overall, it has been much more resilient. So Umami seems to be a promising project that ticks most of the boxes. And it looks like this might be here to stay. We'll see how it proceeds. But I like that, they are sort of working with these entities like Circle or heavy in the stablecoin game. And I think they have these doors or back doors that are open to institutions that can bring in that capital inflow into this ecosystem. So yeah, make sure you always just make sure you are knowing all the risks that are involved when you're dealing with DeFi platforms and using these smart contract platforms. Other than that, let me know what you guys think about Umami. Arbitrum is really rocking right now. I've got a whole list of other projects that I've been looking at, DeFi platforms that I've been playing around on, that I will be reviewing and bringing to you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button. Subscribe. Make sure you also turn on the notifications. Don't forget to check out my books, Tokenized Trillions, Blockchain Applied. If you're somebody who wants to learn more about real world asset tokenization on the blockchain, this is for you for sure. Like, share, and I'll see you in the next. If you want to let me know what you want me to review, suggest, leave a comment below. Peace, love, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.